Hello guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are after a spawn guide, I'm afraid that's not here today. It will be in the next couple of days. It's going to be my final spawn guide, which is going to be Invasion. It's going to be a fun one. But today we're going to be looking at Greece, a potential new CDL and Ranked Play map, which may be dropping on the 17th of January. The reason I say it's potential is because nobody's officially announced it's coming. However, there's a lot of rumors in the pipeline, and a lot of people have been saying that it's potentially a new CDL-worthy Hardpoint map. We're going to be going through my thoughts on it. We're going to be looking at the layout compared to similar maps that we've had in competitive in the past. Many of which, you're probably familiar with, Zarqwa Hydro being the main one I'm going to be focusing on because of the water aspect of it. And we're also just going to be going through what you guys think as well down in the comments of this map. Have you played this map in a 4v4 format? And what are your thoughts on it? Now, BPL, which is if you guys don't know by now, it's an organization which is hosting 8's. It works closely with the CDL. In producing stats and leaderboards and things in the CDL itself. They've actually put Greece into the hardpoint rotation set in the BPL, which means you can actually play it now in like a competitive mode, in a competitive rule set, just to get a feel for it and what see what you guys think of it. I think they put it in hopes of people trying it out and giving feedback and letting people know how they thought. But yeah. So if you guys have tried it, let me know down in the comments what are your thoughts. I want to see a little bit of a discussion down there. I will be replying to comments in this video as well. I try to all of them, but you know what, it's a little bit hard sometimes. But yeah, we'll be taking special note on the replies to this video, just to see what you guys' thoughts are, because I'm intrigued to what you guys think of the map. So I'm going to go with the pros of this map so far. So the reason I think it should be CDL is because, or it should be in Ranked Play, is because it's really fun to play. I'm using an SMG, which if you guys have been around for the channel for a while, you guys are going to know at my heart, I'm an SMG player. I like to run around. I like to get mixy. But for the past couple of years, the maps have lent towards being an AR player. It's a little bit easier to control the map, control them, whether or not you win or not with with an AR rather than an SMG. So this allows you to play a little bit mixed with an SMG. There are so many flank routes which make it fun. There's a lot of engagements. There's a lot of time to get kills, because the games I've played on this at least have been really, really close. The teams have been fairly even, which means that it's been both teams have been 200 points, been above 200 points when the game's finished. So it's a really fun map to play. And if it's in the CDL, for a viewer perspective, I think it's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be hard for them to cast because there's going to be a lot of engagements, but it sort of reminds me of the mixiness of, not quite the same, but very similar to Bocage, just because all of the maps, although it's quite a big map, a lot of the hills on this map are fairly close together. They're not too far across the map. You don't have to travel literally from one end to the other. There's a lot of wasted space on the map, which is sort of a con, sort of a bad thing as well. But you know what? It makes it mixy. It makes it fun, and I see potential for a lot of high kill gameplays on this map in particular. So they're the positives. Just to summarize that, it's fun, potential for high kill games, and it's probably good to watch if you're a fan of the CDL. Now, the negatives probably outweigh it for me. In my opinion, I don't think it is competitively worthy. That's my conclusion. I know it's a bit of a spoiler. I don't think at this state it's competitive worthy. Now, most of the reason for that is partly what helps it be so mixy. So you are gaining the positive of it being really fun and mixy because you have so many lanes. Now, you're probably going to say, well, Harry, what are you talking about? The lanes, there's literally 3 of them. But yeah, I agree. There's 3 on the land, plus you've got 1 each side on the water, and then connecting all of those lanes, you've got a million, obviously not a million, but you've got a plenty amount of rush routes to flank through, and it's really hard to get control. Now, the map most similar to this, in my opinion, because it's it had a water routes as well, is Hydro. Now, Hydro had 2 land lanes. So it had 2 land lanes, one from that runs through P1, and then one that goes from like P4 to P5. Like they're the 2 main lanes above land. And then if you want to take a water route, there was bits that pop up all over the place, but you could read it because there was sound. It was easier to hear because Daddy wasn't a thing, so you could hear like the swimming and things like that. But there was also really 2 main water routes. You either swam all the way around to the left or all the way around to the right. So if you wanted to watch that route, there was only really 4 lanes you had to watch in total. And connecting those lanes were big areas where you could hold it from a fair distance and you're not going to get flanked. And an AR could hold a lane knowing that, it can cover a whole lane. Whereas on this, I feel like the cuts between lanes are very, very much different. I think it's hard to guarantee you've got control of one lane just because of how many obstacles there are. And how many line of sights are restricted by the fact there's different levels. There's, for me, it's hard. I don't think it's going to be the CDL. I don't think it's going to be Ranked Play as a result. because of the simple fact that it's going to be so hard to control. Now, on the flip side of that, the argument, if I was playing devil's advocate here, I could say, well, it's probably because it hasn't been played by the pros yet. There's not enough reps on this map, to, for people to learn it properly, to understand the spawns properly. I don't think people have probably got enough reps to know exactly what the problems would be, and the proper routes and whatnot. So that's particularly why my skewed opinion is what it is. But I don't think the pros are going to give it a go. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not a pro. When I brought this up on the season one, when this map initially dropped, you guys probably said, "I know you're not a pro. You don't know what you're talking about," basically. And I'm like, I get that. But this is a map like we've never had before, and you guys there's probably a map that was fairly similar to this back in the day, but without the water. But that's the biggest thing for me. If it was simply a 3-lane map without the water, it'd probably be a little bit easier to read. But the fact that anyone could dive into the water from their spawn, go all the way under the water to the other side of the spawn, and flip spawns, block spawns, do what they need to do without being seen, I think it's a little bit unfair. Especially considering they could pop up at any point. The thing with Zark with Hydroelectric was that you still had to, you were limited with how far you could go because a lot of the time you were underground. And as a result, you couldn't literally hold your breath for that long. So you couldn't get to the other side of the map with ease. Whereas this one, you can literally go under, hop up in a little spot, regain your ref, and then go back under. It's a lot easier in my opinion. So yeah, that's my thoughts. I don't think it's going to be a competitive map. And as a result, I don't think it's going to be a ranked play. Obviously, the CDL pros and the organisation make the final say. But from what I've heard, what I've seen on Twitter, the pros aren't happy that this is going to be a competitive map. They're not happy that it's in the BPL mosh pit at all. So yeah, as a result, I don't think it's going to be in ranked play. But let me know what your thoughts are. I'm actually going to leave you with the rest of the gameplay here. Obviously, you can see it's a little bit mixy. It's a very tight game. I don't want to spoil the ending, but it's worth the watch because it does get a little bit tight. I'm actually playing against teammates. I'm playing a little bit of a league in the EU, and these guys I'm playing against, DLS and God, are actually on my team. My other teammate is Dull, who I'm on my team. So it was quite nice to see how those guys play and shoot their bodies, teabag them, all the fun stuff. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll leave you the live com, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao for now.
Mid-map, bro. Mid-map.
Oh, mid-map.
Yeah, great timing.
Lying down, Keizer, break.
Sure, mid-map.
Too old.
Somebody get right side. I'm sitting in our window room. Somebody get right side.
There's right on me. I stunned them.
One's back left. Gonna be back ball.
He's one in on me.
No.
Maybe on the jump up. Pop up. Arch window. Fucking maze. One new week, Keita.
Walk off, Webby.
Yo, spawned out.
Child together, bro. They can.
There's spawn behind us.
You're in the back. No.
What? He's right. Last is right. No, there's two left. One's right at the back.
One ult.
There's one in the back. I'm chasing him.
No. Mid bridge.
Yo, stay down. I should have that cross to you.
Yeah.
Yo, one's mid-map.
Behind, shot to the left.
Oh, mid-map. 2 mid-maps.
Oh, bro.
Man. That's the only place we could have got killed.
He's in a corner in middle again. One's at the back.
No, keep one shot, nice.
Winner.
Weak window room.
We win after this, we win after this.
Window room. Nice.
Nice, boys.
Keys